Hello, Facebook family. Happy Tuesday. I almost said happy hump day because I was almost completely convinced that it was Wednesday. It is not. It is definitely Tuesday. So welcome to our show, our interview today. I'm super duper excited that we have... Drum roll, please. Here she is. Woohoo!
I'm here.
Welcome.
Thank
How are
you.
you
Thank
doing
you so much for
today?
having me. I'm so excited.
I know. I'm so excited to have you. I'm just trying to not get glare in my... Oh, there we go. How's that? There we go.
Oh, I know. That's so hard.
With the lighting. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm so excited to talk to you. Been looking forward to it all weekend.
Yeah.
So,
Me too. Me too. So I'm gonna dive straight into it. Is that okay?
yeah, go for it.
Awesome. Hi, Nancy. So good to see you. Hi, Mom. Hi, Lisa. Welcome, welcome. This is Tracy. Yay. All right. So, Miss Tracy, so tell us a little bit about how you help entrepreneurs. So what is it that you do?
Well, I have multiple companies, so I help entrepreneurs multiple ways, but the way that I'm going to help at the Life Hackers event, which I'm so excited for, lifestyle hackers, yay! So the way that I'm going to help there is talk about brand casting. So brand casting is a form of starting with your voice, whether it's on video or on audio only, and really delivering something that has an impact on your business. So it builds your business, it grows your audience, it does all of that. So that's really how I help them. I help them do that implementation part. It's so great that we get inspired and we're excited about our message and we want to speak to people and we're doing really well. And that inspiration combined with this power message that I know so many of you have out there, you know, this impact that you want to have on the world. And I love that. But if you don't put the implementation in place, it doesn't get out there. It doesn't have the effect, and you burn out because you're working too hard. And so my goal in life is just to remove that and make that implementation as easy as possible.
Ah, yes. That's so beautiful. And you hit on like 12 of my hot buttons right then.
I know it's a hot button for so many people with energy like you.
Because one of the hottest things I think for people who have a message is to confront that terror of all of the admin and all of the, monumental like stuff that you have to learn in order to get your message out there. And I feel like it gets so daunting for most, people who actually care about people that they just kind of
I agree.
get terrified and just kind of stop right where they're at.
Right. And I'm lucky. I just have a ton of how-to skills. It's my strength. It's my gift, I should say. It is my gift. So I don't often actually admit this to people, but I have a gift. And my gift is that I can see the path for success for something. Yes. And so I see those steps. They unfold right in front of me. I can look at a product. I can look at a person and their business and go, this is the path that's going to get them there fastest. And I feel so lucky to have that, but to not share it and to not make it a part. So that's why we had to start a new business actually a year ago, because I was trying to help all these people on the side. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Let's make a full-time job out of that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, wow. And that actually gave me goosebumps while you were talking, because I do truly believe that everybody has their own gift or their own access point to universal consciousness, the way that they download the universe. And it sounds like your intuitive gifts are taking someone's business and allowing them to, project their message in just the right way, whether it's podcasting or video or things like that. So how beautiful and what an amazing gift that we get to have at our event, Lifestyle Hackers, to have you on our stage. We're so excited.
I'm very excited.
Yay! So, I don't actually know a lot about your story because your talks are so jam-packed with information. You didn't give us much background on you. So tell us a little bit about your story.
We met at an event where I had a 20-minute, which I gave my entire hour in 20 minutes, which is a sign of how fast I can talk. So I actually the other day prepared a 5-minute presentation. You do 20 slides in 5 minutes. For my partner to give, my husband, who's my partner, and he does not talk half as fast as I was like, good luck with this, because I wrote it, but good luck with it, because it's really hard to talk this fast. But that's what I think, that a lot of times when I come into events, while my story is important, I also believe that I exude energy that people just come up to me after, and I believe in getting to know people. So I stay at an event and participate in the whole thing, so that people should get to know me, and for the most part, at least get a sense of that I'm a good person, if nothing better than that. But that's how I do it, because by participating, by just giving away all of this information that I have, that is my way of showing who I really am at heart, and that's how I do that. But I do have a story. so I am a very lucky woman who gets to work with her family every single day. I've been married for 26 years now. Almost said 25, 26 years now. And to my college sweetheart. And yeah, and he works with me. So we work every day together. And just recently, in the last 6 months, my daughter joined my business, and I promoted her to COO, and she's taking over all those implementation and how-to things. So I actually get to do less of that, and I get to do more of this inspiration and visionary type stuff. So it's really exciting for me to do that. But I mean, this is who I really am at heart. This is family person. And I have two young daughters, obviously all that same husband, but I have two young daughters who are 8 and 3. I know. Aww. And they're just the joy. They keep me laughing, and they think mom's funny. And so, that's got to bolster your ego somehow, right? So that's,
Yeah, totally. It's so great.
Yeah. But I met my husband at art school. So I have an art background. I spend most of my career, and we still have that business going. And I appreciate all those hearts. That's so lovely.
Hello.
Oh, I know. That's so sweet.
Welcome. Hi, Marcella.
But I spend most of my time designing products that you buy every day at mass market retail. So stuff you buy on Amazon, but stuff you buy in Costco. And it's been an interesting journey for me, because over the years I've been behind other people's brands. Mm-hmm. And so about 3 years ago, or longer, 3 years ago, we started a podcast to step out from behind the design of these and to talk about technology that we were using to design them, which in this case was 3D printing. And we decided in that process to start a podcast. It would have been really logical to start a video, because YouTube was, in full swing. It would have been logical to start a video, because when you're showing off product and things, you're physically showing off stuff, right? Yeah. But I looked at Tom and I said, I just don't think we're going to set up the video and do all of that every single time we want to go. I think it's going to be too much effort. Right. And I don't want to have my hair done every day. And, it just seems like a lot of work. Right. And so we decided podcasting seemed a little, I wouldn't call it passive, but a little less of that extra work to it, and easier to edit and all of those things. So technically it seemed easier to take on. And so we planned it. I read everything about podcasting, watched all these videos, read all these books. That's because that's my process of how to learn something and take it in, because the how-to never intimidates me. It's a challenge. Mm-hmm. And so I went off to do that. It took me 6 weeks to figure out exactly how to do it and launch us. But we launched, and 4 months later, we had 25,000 listeners, and now we have over 100,000. And over the process, we said, this is ridiculous. And I have to make a shout out to Josh Spranky, who's one of my college people who knows me when I met my husband. Hey, wow. Josh. I know, in the small world on Facebook, right? So we started it, and people kept asking us, well, what are you doing? And I said, well, I have this team who does it. It's not like I do it. And that's the thing, is when you see how hard something is, if you don't get that team, you don't put that stuff in place, it overwhelms you. And so people were coming up and saying, you make this look easy. Can you just do it for me? And a year ago, we started a business doing it. So.
I love it. That is, wow, what a great story. And thanks for kind of taking us through the genesis of that, because, when you're on stage, you are this beautiful, good morning, this beautiful, polished professional who, when we heard you talk with just your heart, and you, like you said, your good personness beam onto the audience from stage. And Dan and I just looked at each other and we're like, we have to have her. Let's see if we can get her on our stage. Well, I don't know if we can fingers crossed that she says yes. And we talked to you, and like that day you were like, sure. And we were like, whoa,
sure. Well, see, I don't believe in sort of taking speaking engagements based on like a formula or having some agent or whatever. I was like, if it feels good and the people who are organizing it are great, I'm going to say yes.
yeah.
And because I know I can reach people, and you will do a great job of attracting people too. And so I knew that from the moment I met you as well. So that's why I was excited to be involved. And then all along in this process, it's gotten even more exciting and fun because you have such great other speakers.
No, right? I know. We have such a powerhouse, and you are one of the strong links in a chain of strong links. Like it's great. Okay, so what is your best drop the mic moment? So the moment we're like, yeah, I'm good. Drop the mic.
It's when you're a speaker, like, you want to have one every single time you're out there. You want to go, I laid it all out. And I do feel that way. I feel completely in my element. Like I feel like the person I was supposed to be when I'm on stage. So that's really great. But I have to say the sort of drop the mic moment happened for me on the reverse. So I'm giving my talk. And when I talk about product design and development to lots of inventor audiences, and I do that all the time. And when I talk to them, I tell a story about how we invented a stylus pen for handheld computers, and then it got patent infringed upon and by one of the largest industrial design firms in the world and a handheld computer company. And and it's like the story of like, David and Goliath and this whole thing. And I go through it and I'm telling the whole story about how it happened and about how I cried and went home and tried to figure out what we were going to do about it. And what we did do about it was actually create the first viral marketing campaign and ended up eventually featured in Harvard Business Review, but I didn't get to that part yet. And I stopped at this, like, we got infringed upon, we almost lost our business, like all this stuff happened. And some reason I don't know, I didn't wrap the story up with a nice neat bow. And there's this woman and she's raising her hand and she's going, oh. And I normally would make people wait to ask questions, but she seemed so urgent. And I felt like I needed to answer that question. Whatever it was I needed to say, what is this? And answer it. Right. And so I did. And she says, please tell me there's a happy ending in this. Here's the happy ending. Yes. And I sat back and I went, oh, I skipped the happy ending. I forgot to celebrate. And it was such a revelation on myself that I was like, I'm not celebrating enough. I'm just constantly moving into the next launch mode or the next project or the next this. And I'm not celebrating enough, that I'm forgetting to acknowledge the wins in there, even if they're small or not as big as I would have liked them to be. And I'm forgetting about doing it. So she kind of dropped the mic on me.
Love that. I love that. And it's funny because we're not going to talk about my subject today because this is your interview. But that's kind of a little bit about what I'm touching on, is how we can gloss over those moments and how we can take on, all that stuff. And we forget to just be us, and we forget to be in the moment. We forget to celebrate. And when we stay in that place of purpose, we forget that we're an individual person as well. So all important. What a beautiful moment. And hey, Mara and Nancy, you're right. She is a goddess. And all of the above. So I love this question, Miss Tracy. If you could do one magic spell, but it was
my kids are Harry Potter fans, so yeah.
But the spell was boring, like maybe something that other people would consider boring, like not necessarily flying or teleportation. What would your spell do?
I work with so many people, and on both sides, this is the thing that I see across the board with people, is that I wish I could just amp up their confidence. I wish I could just wave a wand and go, a little more confidence for you. Because I feel like we so often second guess ourselves, and that comes from that lack of confidence. And I mean, podcasting is huge in that. It's like, you're going to have to sit in front of this microphone and speak. And we get people who pay money to do our full setup package and the whole thing, and they're paying us to do this. And months later, I'm calling them going, why haven't you recorded your first 3 episodes? We did everything else for you. All you had to do was record 3 episodes. Right. And they're hung up on it. And so we pretty early on actually developed a way to try to boost the confidence there. But I wish I could just go, hey, you're not going to have this problem. It's going to work out for you.
That is
believe in that.
That is so great. What a beautiful spell. I
Yeah.
totally
I think it
agree.
would be fun.
Yeah.
And I could always use it on myself occasionally, right?
Yeah.
Because don't we all sometimes need a little boost of confidence? Butterflies come and, whatever. So,
We all have those moments of insecurity. Yeah, of course. Okay, so what movie do you wish that life was more like?
oh, I just got asked this on stage another day in another way, in just a different way at all. It was like on a 3D printing panel, and they asked me, and I was like, what movie, inspires me or has my favorite or whatever, and I said Spaceballs, which is kind of my favorite, but
Right.
but because I like to have fun and it's a fun movie. But reality is that like if I wish life were more like a movie, I'm gonna say Wizard of Oz because
Ooh.
yeah, because that path is yellow. It's so clear. Like, wouldn't that be a great if we all just had it like you just have to follow it and then overcome all the obstacles along the way. But the path is clear. Like
Right.
then at
Yeah.
least we'd feel that confidence of that.
And everybody has the Wicked Witch of the North, but it would be so great if we had the Good Witch, over our shoulder, which we do, we just don't see, but who could show up and go, ting, I'm going to make this easier for you. Ting, I'm going to make
That's
this
right.
easier for you.
Well,
Yeah.
but and I really do believe that we all have gifts inside, whatever they are, and we just wouldn't it be great if we could just go to sleep and the next morning wake up and go, oh, I have it and I'm good at it. It would just be great if it could be that fast.
Yes. Oh, it would be so awesome. So tell everybody watching what is the thing that they can look forward to for seeing you at the Lifestyle Hackers event? What will you be
So,
sharing?
yeah, I'm going to be sharing about what we call brand casting, which is the idea that you are the brand. You know who you are, you know what your message is. So, how is the easiest way for us to get this across and get the authentic you to come across? And I'm going to give I got a nice long slot. So I'm actually going to even bring someone up on stage and help them through their branding exercise, that part of it, to make sure that they've got it dialed in. Because if you get it right in podcasting, if you get it
Mhm.
right, the audience just comes to you. They're attracted to you. They're out there looking for you. So figuring out how to get that part right is the most strategic thing we can do together while we're
Yes.
there. And then the rest of it is just a bunch of how to. And there's systems and there's courses and there's all this stuff that are so easy for people to follow and that I've hacked it to make it even easier because I believe in
Yay!
that. I don't I don't believe in this like, oh, let's make it complicated so we can sell a higher course or so we can sell a more expensive package. I'm like, this is what it is. Do
Mhm.
it or don't do it. And
Right.
that's kind of
Right.
it. So that's
Yes.
what I'm going to share about. And it's really, though, I think for the kinds of businesses, life coaches, and the kinds of people who are struggling to move from that one-on-one into how do I reach a bigger audience? How do I do more than just take a phone call to close a sale? And I
Right.
think that's so many businesses. That was my business as well. So, you when you're moving from that, you've got to find a way at which you can do it in a way that builds your whole business, your website, your blog, all of these things at once, because who wants to do all that extra work? It's too much work. And we fall
So
behind and then we get overwhelmed and then we don't do what is most important to our business.
yes, I completely agree 100%. And again, what a gift that you're bringing to our audience. What's going to be amazing is that while you're actually working through that with somebody, I think that the whole audience will be able to work through their own brand, kind of following along with the steps. And so that's going to be a super powerful exercise for everybody in the audience. And that's amazing. So if you're just tuning in, if you have been not necessarily following my Facebook feed for the last couple of months, the Lifestyle Hackers event is coming. Tracy is going to be one of our powerhouse speakers, and it's going to be March 23rd to the 25th at the Embassy Suites by LAX North. I'm going to post the link in the comments after this, but we have 2 free tickets to give away today. On all of our live interviews, we're giving away 2 free tickets. So the tickets are running at $497 for the 3 days. We're going to give them away for free. All you have to do is pay for the cost of materials for the entire weekend, which is $47. It's a steal. You get $450 off each ticket. That's a $900 value right there. And the first person to claim the tickets are yours. So whoever claims the tickets, that's it. Tracy, thank you so much for joining me today on this Facebook Live interview.
Thank you, Abby. I loved it.
I can't express how excited I am that you are going to be on our stage. Hopefully you got like a small bit of the excitement, but it's not physically possible for me to manifest the amount of excitement that I have. So
I'm feeling hugged right now, so it's good.
that's exactly right. Any last words before we finish off for today?
So I cannot tell you how excited I am about this event. This has been one of the most well-organized events I have attended in a year, or I've been signed up for. So you guys have done an amazing job of organizing the speakers. And I think that that's been what's missing in so many events. So I want to congratulate you on that by organizing us and getting us to rally together so that we can create a better flow for you through the event. This is going to serve the entire audience. This is when I'm so excited about this event, and I have like 5 events in March. So this is the one I'm looking most forward to. So
thank you. That is such a huge compliment. I really appreciate that. Thank you. All right, guys, James, that is how you claim a ticket. You just claim a ticket. So 1 ticket for you, or if you want them both, let me know. You can have them both. Thank you so much, Tracy. Have an amazing day. Thanks for tuning in today, guys, and I will see you guys soon.